Good evening, everybody. I'm Fictional Crystals, and bring on the crazy shippers because we're talking about a Peridot fusion. We have seen at least one fusion of each of the main gems, except Peridot. She has tried fusing before, but she wasn't ready to go through with it at the time. And she did trip up while trying to fuse.
No. I can't do it.
Even though Peridot may be lacking in powers, she should still be able to fuse. After all, she does have a body made of light, and a gem. Now all she needs is a partner she can trust with that light.
You need a body that could turn into light. Then you need a partner who you trust with that light.
I think that partner will be Lapis. Peridot should be comfortable with the first gem she fuses with, so that things don't end up like this, or this. For her first fusion, Peridot would be too intimidated by Garnet. Garnet is the master of fusion, and Peridot's never even done it. Plus, they've already tried fusing before. Then there's Pearl, who I find the most unlikely for Peridot's first fusion. They both have things in common, but they do not get along well.
I am a Pearl!
There would have to be some really big threat to get them to fuse. Steven and Amethyst are honestly both pretty good choices for Peridot's first fusion. Steven and Amethyst both know Peridot well, and are all comfortable around each other. But even so, I find Lapis the most likely partner for Peridot's first fusion. Peridot and Lapis have spent a lot of time together. They share a barn and a pet. They both love Camp Pining Hearts and watch it together. They make Meep Morps together. You could see them becoming friends as the show progressed. Peridot looks out for Lapis. Even though Lapis used to hate Peridot, Peridot was determined to become friends with Lapis. Eventually, Peridot was able to show Lapis how she changed, and Lapis learnt to accept her. They found things in common, like how they both used to hate the Earth. Now on the show, you can see how great friends they are. Peridot tries everything to make sure Lapis is comfortable. While the episode Alone at Sea was airing, tweets were being posted on Peridot's official Twitter. She was running around the barn alone with her tablet. Meanwhile, Lapis was dealing with Jasper. After the episode finished, Peridot wrote this. I think that's because Lapis arrived back at the barn looking very distressed after her encounter with Jasper. So Peridot went over to talk to her. After this event, Peridot tried to never mention Jasper in front of Lapis. You can notice other tiny things Peridot does to make Lapis comfortable. You could especially notice this in the episode Room for Ruby. Peridot would be comfortable and trust Lapis in a fusion. But Lapis has had issues with fusion before. She has trust issues. Lapis would not fuse with someone else very willingly after what happened. She might worry about hurting Peridot and taking control if they fuse. So to get them to fuse, I think it will have to be an accidental fusion. They both need some confidence when it comes to fusion. Asking each other to fuse may be a bit weird for both of them, but an accidental fusion can still happen, like how it was for Stevonnie and Garnet and Smoky Quartz. If gems have a strong enough connection with each other, they can fuse by accident. Lapis and Peridot know each other well enough for this to happen. They'll see that fusion's not as bad as they thought through each other. I have more reasons to why they'll fuse, other than the emotional connection they have that is needed to keep a fusion stable. When Peridot first started watching Camp Pining Hearts, she watched the same episode for 3 days. In this episode, we could see Percy and Paulette. Paulette had a blue diamond symbol on her, and her scarf was blue with designs of Lapis's gem. Percy had yellow diamonds on him, and his necklace had Peridot's gem design on it. These two were lovers. And Camp Pining Hearts is Lapis and Peridot's favorite show. Percy and Paulette could represent the two fusing. But there's still more. In the episode The New Crystal Gems, Peridot and Lapis were fighting over who was going to be Garnet, who is a fusion. Also, Ashley Birch is going to be voicing a character on Steven Universe, and some of her voice work sounds quite similar to Peridot and Lapis.
I mean, look at me. I'm the plainest girl in school.
Aw, isn't that cute?
So could Ashley be voicing a Lapis and Peridot fusion? We'll see when the time comes. And guys, please don't make this about shipping. I mean, you can ship whatever you want, but fusion does not necessarily equal romantic relationship. There's probably already a war in the comments somewhere. But anyway, that aside. Thanks for watching and go Crystal Temps.
Temps!